Awesome. It's noon, so that means we're going to get started here. Welcome to OrcaCon. Before we get started, I've got a statement to read out to you in support of the Duwamish tribe of the local tribe here, who were also the founders of what has become Seattle, basically. So we honor native land. To acknowledge the traditional territory is to recognize its longer history, reaching beyond colonization and the establishment of European colonies, as well as its significance for the indigenous peoples who lived here and continue to live here upon this territory, and whose practices and spiritualities were tied to the land and continue to develop in relationship to the land and its other inhabitants today. As a step forward, honoring the truth and achieving healing and reconciliation, our organization commits to open all public events and gatherings with a statement acknowledging the traditional native lands on which we stand. OrcaCon, being in Bellevue, recognizes the stolen land belonging to the Duwamish people of the coastal Salish tribes. Statements become truly meaningful when coupled with authentic relationships and sustained commitment. We therefore commit to move beyond words into programs and actions that fully embody a commitment to Indigenous rights and cultural equity. If you wish to support the Duwamish people, who are actually not a federally recognized tribe, so they need all the help that you can support, you can go to duwamishtribe.org. They also have a program called Real Rent Duwamish. So you can do a regular donation or one-time donation to help with the rent of the local indigenous groups. So thank you for listening to that, and thank you for supporting us in our mission to support all the people here on the stolen land. Yay. So on to introductions. I am Donna Pryor. Woo! I am the executive director of OrcaCon, and I'm doing all the social media. So if you see any of that going around, if you need anything, just tap the OrcaCon on the Twitters, and I'll talk back to you.
I am Barry Wilson. I am the games chair for OrcaCon. If it is anything to do with games, it goes through me. Welcome.
I'm Steve Hobbs. I'm a board member of OrcaCon. I'm also a podcast for Geeks of Cascadia, and what we are doing is you get those lovely programs which are awesome, and you can also get them online. But if you want to listen to kind of the program, what's going on that day, and highlights, check us out on Geeks of Cascadia. And I'm also doing public relations, so sometimes you'll see me like walking with someone with a suit on. I'll be doing that later today with the Bellevue Chamber of Commerce. So I'll be doing that, and other media folks will come by and watch the podcast, and I try to help them out.
Is the senator from Bellevue coming? Do we know if she's going to come?
No, I'm trying to get her here, but sadly will not be here.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
I am Paul. I am a board member and treasurer for OrcaCon. Thank you all for coming out. It's great to see you.
Yeah. How many people here are new?
Wow.
It's
Hooray.
so exciting. Mm-hmm. So usually what we do here is I've got a list of things to let you know about, ways that we're kind of different, maybe from other cons that are even in this same building, and just kind of give you a little lay of land, things you might have missed, you might not have seen. I know not everybody follows social media. Maybe you haven't picked up a program, so I'm just going to kind of go through, and everybody's going to chime in with other things. First, I want to tell you on your badges, we have pronoun ribbons. The pronouns ribbons are free, and they're for everyone. You can get them at any info desk or in the merch booth. They're sitting over there. So why do we use these? For everybody who is, a cis person, they make it easy to know which pronouns to use when you aren't sure. It's always best. And you can also just ask. It's not preferred pronouns. It is what is your pronouns. So just to help with that. And it allows people with uncommon pronouns to communicate them easily. One of the ones we have is the fill in the blank. So if one of the genders that we have on a ribbon already isn't yours, is that you're welcome to write in there. We ask that you don't use these as a joke, because this is very important about people who are, so your pronoun is not Jedi, or gamer or anything. So please be respectful of everyone of all genders and use your gender, or don't use one at all instead of making fun of the process. Let's see, we also have communication pins. These are new this year, if you may have seen them. So the people last year, we decided at last minute, I saw something really cool on the internet, so I had to copy it. The best cons do copy from each other.
Yes.
And, which is why there's pronoun ribbons like everywhere now. And we did clothespins of 3 different colors. It is actually the most tweeted tweet that I've had at OrcaCon was a picture of those and the statement about them. And so, it went out and people loved it, but everybody's talking about being colorblind. It's hard to tell if you don't know what that means, that all of a sudden people are just wearing clothespins. So we decided that we were going to do pins and we were looking for a sponsor. And we didn't find one, so we decided that we were just gonna do it ourselves. So the board voted, and now we have, you can get a whole set of 3 for, to take with you. I've got 1,500 sets. So
2,000 sets.
2,000 sets.
Wow.
Did I order 2,000?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so there's lots. So why we use them, they're helpful for introverts. They're helpful if you are like me and you have an anxiety disorder. I have coping skills because I am an introvert, and every other convention I go to, I'm a red. Please don't approach me. But here, you kind of, find a way to, do it when you have anxiety and panics. And then people on the spectrum, not everybody reads body language the same way. And some people may have a problem with their words if they're not feeling comfortable. So we want to do everything to support accessibility that way. So please feel free to wear those. It helps normalize this kind of thing, just like the pronoun ribbons do. Let's see, what else was I going to say while I was thinking about that? We do have, if you have any concerns about accessibility, you can email accessibility@orcacon.org. And Joe is our accessibility coordinator, and he's also roaming around. So you can go to the ops room or the merch desk or somebody, and we'll find him for you. Speaking of our socials, we're on Twitter and Facebook just as OrcaCon. It's really easy to find it. We also have a Facebook community, but it's not very busy. But we have a Discord. So if you'd like to join for Discord, people are already matching up for games and stuff like that, doing announcements. If you go to go.orcacon.org/Discord2020, or if you go to Twitter, I've been putting it up there. And then we'll get you in there. We'll introduce yourself, and that way one of our moderators will put you in, and you'll be able to, use the whole channel out there. So if you don't know what Discord, if anybody, the old people like me know IRC, it's kind of like IRC, but better. Cool. And so some features. I want to point out some features in case you have not experienced these before, or these are new to you. We have a thing called Community Row. They're all nonprofits, game groups, and such like that. When you're on the first floor, and when you come into the big doors, and you're headed towards a ballroom, you'll see a bunch of desks, tables over there. So stop by every one of them, and they have things to offer. Wizards of the Coast that's here, that's their POC employees and their LGBT allies groups come out and do this. So stop by and thank them for being here, and they'll give you some free stuff. It's really cool. I'm going to let Barry talk about some game things like Black Shield and playtest and stuff, but I want to touch on the food trucks real quick. The website, if you're looking at that, is not updated. So Off the Res is actually going to be here the whole weekend, and longer than I originally had written down. So I'm going to update that, and then I'll send messaging out that it's updated. Yeah, so that'll be good. If you are the hot tub persuasion, it is open, if you like the hot tub, because it's in our contract that it's open. So it's accessibility and fun. And,
but it's a little cold outside.
But it's a little cold outside, so make sure you're wearing something over.
I'm not going
there. I'm not going.
I'm not going out there.
But you're welcome to do the whole polar bear thing. So we've got, if you are the kind of person who likes an alcoholic beverage, we have we have 2 local breweries and a local cidery. Primarily, we have our own stout. This was made for us a few years ago. It's called the Blackfish Stout, and it's from Salish Sea Brewing in Edmonds, Washington. And it's quite delicious. It's an oatmeal stout. So you go up there and you ask for the Blackfish Stout, and they'll give it to you. We also have Bellevue Brewing has a wheat that they're doing, and then Locust Cider has at least one cider. I don't know how many they're actually going to have. Somebody else, nope, the person who would answer that question is not here. And if you have questions about about the scheduling thing, or you're running problems, we have game admin desks. The primary one is on the first floor at the game library. Anybody can help you with any issues you have with Sketch. And there's also an FAQ on our website. So you can do that. Programs, there's plenty of programs, so feel free to grab one. If you don't want to take it with you, just please return it back and we'll recycle it for you. So there's little orcas. If you like games, there's little orcas that are like randomly around here. If you see one and it'll say like, return me to my mommy or something, you can pick it up, take it to registration, and you'll get a prize. I think that's all the general stuff I have right now. So if you want to talk about like play and win and all that stuff.
We have a lot of games content. Some of it is not on Sketch for various reasons. So I wanted to highlight some of that. Playtest Northwest is downstairs. They have 2 tables in the main Bellevue Ballroom. And this is where small local game companies will have some games that they're playtesting. You can be involved in that right there. They have a sign-up table. They are right in, I think, the 3rd door down of the Bellevue main hallway. And they are not in Sketch, but you can just drop in there and play, drop in, drop out. There's also something happening called Freebooters. It's a Star Wars Fate game. It's going to happen tomorrow. From Black Shield Productions. It's at the far end of the Bellevue Ballroom, and it's a drop-in, drop-out Fate game. You don't have to, they're running it for like 14 hours. You don't have to sit there for 14 hours to play. You can drop in and play for an hour. They're having an ongoing storyline, and what people are doing in 1 hour will end up, theoretically influencing what's to come later. You can drop in, drop out, come back later, see what's developed of the story by that. And that is in Sketch. You can sign up there, but it's just drop in, drop out. Just feel free to just pop in there. D&D Adventures League is also not in Sketch. They are located in the Kirkland Ballroom on the first floor, the small Kirkland room, towards the Merchant Hall. And they also have some tables down the hallway that they're running D&D in all weekend long. They have their own sign-up tables down there. So you can pop in, talk to them. They have pre-generated characters, so you don't need to bring anything with you. You can just go and play. We have demo tables right inside the Bellevue Ballroom. There are 6 demo tables. They are mostly scheduled completely solidly through the weekend, except for right now, the first time slot.
Run.
But these are all small, local, independent companies that make games that they're trying to show off to people. They don't have the budget, the marketing budget to bring their game to Gen Con, but hey, they're right here. You can try some pretty amazing looking games. Please stop in there and check it out. We also have the Library of Alexandria. They have a vast library of old RPGs. They have a couple of tables there. You can go and play some old games. Do you remember playing Toon in 1988? They have a copy of it there. You can go pick that game up, check it out.
They have the Dallas RPG.
They have
They have the Dallas RPG. They have a pretty amazing assortment. So
They also have new
please
games.
check that out.
They have new games
especially
as
if you're
well, like Rick and
interested
Morty.
in The history of games.
Yep.
Wizards of the Coast is also running Magic the Gathering demos inside the ballroom. It is not on Sketch. There is no sign up for it. Just pop in there, and I believe that they will give you a deck
They'll give you a starter
deck of
deck
Magic
to
cards.
take away with you.
The first one's free.
That is exactly how Magic works.
And I think that's all I have about this subject.
Okay. I'll go look out here. Let's see, what do we got?
do want to talk
Playtest
about
Northwest,
But
Northwest demo tables, family game area. So, yep, this was new for us because we had somebody give feedback at the Critical Hits and Misses panel. And they said, hey, you're going to have a family game area. And just because we're a volunteer-run organization, I said, well, we need somebody to step up to do it. Do you want to do it? And they said, yes, I'll do it. I was like, hooray! So we have a whole family game area down there too with its own library, so you can check that out.
Including live action Robo Rally tomorrow and Sunday.
It's so cool.
It's designed for the kids, but I mean, big kids can
So
play
things
too,
may go
maybe.
fall around in different
I mean,
things.
we'll default to letting kids play first, but we're all kids
Yeah,
at heart.
exactly, yeah. And let's see. And just an aside, we call it our family game area. We don't call it a kids area because we want to be more inclusive that way. So it's not like, well, you know, you're playing a little kids game. And no, it's families. It's family games. A lot of fun families with unicorns. Unicorns and shiny things too. I did want to mention the Merchant Hall. The Merchant Hall is open. We have hand-selected all of the vendors who are in there. So we have a game store, we've got people that make dice. One of the new people we're excited about makes wooden puzzles. So I had seen her website at some point, and then she actually applied, and I was like, yes. So there's jewelry, there's like books, there's all kinds of stuff in there. So drop on by. A lot of them will have ribbons, they'll have all kinds of stuff to go see them there. It's so awesome. And so if you want to follow up to this panel, on Sunday at 4 o'clock from 4 to 6 is we have what we call hits and misses. It's where we'll tell you about what did well, what we thought went well, what didn't work so well, what we already want to change for next year because we started building that list on Wednesday, and then taking all your feedback. The good, the bad, the ugly, you can bring it here and we'll listen.
Please, it's
Yeah.
super important. We want everyone to enjoy themselves and enjoy themselves more every year.
Barry, how about, did we talk about the Red Lion?
The Red Lion is the hotel next door. It's right across the parking lot. You do not have to venture into the street to get there. It's right there, and that has some open game areas. There's open game tables. There's nothing scheduled over there at all. But if, especially tomorrow, as we fill up in this hotel, there are tables that are free for you to play games at over there.
You are also allowed to park there in case you leave tomorrow and the slot fills up.
Yeah.
So it's cool. They
It's all
won't tell
free
you.
parking, yeah. So that's good. So yeah, the guy who owns this one also owns that one. So it's a really, really easy. And next year, we're actually going to take all of their event space. And we've got different programs here that we can't grow, so we need more space. And we don't want to move to a convention center because we lose everything that's special about here. And they make you pay for tablecloths, which a hotel doesn't do. Which is that you have to pay for every little thing when you go to a convention hall, which is why it's always so expensive. We wouldn't be able to keep a good, inexpensive hotel rate. We wouldn't be able to have food trucks, you know, all that stuff. So this hotel loves us. We're their favorite convention that they have. And there's a lot of
Well,
conventions
they tell
here.
us that, but they didn't give us inflatable
Nobody-
orcas this year.
That's true. Last year, we went up to our rooms, the staff rooms. They all had inflatable orcas, and then they had little plushy orcas on the bed. And they left us a little snack basket with some beers and munchies, and yeah, they were really good. Yeah, it was they were just like, they're like, oh, we reeled you in, you know, no pun intended there. Yeah, we should have just brought them back. I think they're probably around here somewhere.
Some are in a con box.
Some are in a con box.
So some are here in ops.
When we have a volunteer, okay, your job is to blow up all the
To blow up all
orcas.
the orcas, yeah.
Wait, that sounds like a story from Oregon. Does anybody remember that story? If you don't know this story, so on a beach in Oregon, there was a dead whale that went up and and they decided that they were going to put a bunch of dynamite and everything would be great, and it was not. So it's a quiet, you know, almost of that whole Les Nessman turkey thing. You know, it's just kind of that with the newscaster there. So it's really fun to watch if you could check that out on YouTube. I'll talk about that. I won't talk about anything else. We are, just so you know, because I get this feedback already, is that the next year's website is better. So it's going to work on your mobile devices better. So just to give you that right now. And we're going to launch it after OrcaCon. So we'll have the new one. We'll have a special rate for you for 1 week that you'll be able to order passes. We won't announce it to the public, so you'll be the only ones that know. And then we'll take regular early birds for that until like October. So yeah, let's see, what else do we have?
Take a minute to talk about
Yeah, go for it.
volunteers.
Yeah.
We are a volunteer-run organization. All of us up here are volunteers. We need more help. I know you all love OrcaCon. We can't do this without you, without more people helping us. We really need more volunteers, especially people who are willing to help out around the year. There's a lot of planning stuff that ends up falling through the cracks every year, and we would like to not have it fall through the cracks, but we need more help. So if any of you feel like you can, help us out, we would absolutely love to hear from you. We try really hard to make sure we keep all the balls in the air, but we need more help. We need your help.
Yes.
Yeah, especially the younger the better. We're
More energy.
we'd like to keep OrcaCon going. I think we're all, well, I'll be in my 50s, so yeah, we need more younger people to keep this going. So
Yeah.
key positions too. I mean, we always love the volunteers are kind of doing, the game host and everything, but we've got some key positions that Donna would love to have you in, so she doesn't have to yell at us.
If you are a non-white person and you would be interested in what I do, I would be happy to take you on as an apprentice. For positions, actually I'll have a website with all the descriptions of things like, of things that you don't have to live here to do, of things that you can do remotely, like just coordinating things. Sometimes it's just emails back and forth with different things and scheduling, and we have a Slack for our staff. So everything, there's a ton of stuff that's done that, so you don't have to come to the monthly meetings. You just give status updates. And we're looking for a new volunteer coordinator. Chip, with her 2-year-old, needs a rest. And we'll have a whole bunch of stuff. You can talk to me at any time you see me if you're interested to see where you might be able to help out if you can, or recommend to your friends. If you're a VIP, Mom will be here later. My mother runs the green room, VIP room. So if you have a VIP badge, you can pick up your bags, your swag bags, and it's open. So you're welcome to go up there. And my mom will be here later. So you can go chat with Mom. It's good. We like our moms. Let's see, do you have any questions? Any questions out here? Go ahead.
Is there any way to add stuff that's not in Sketch to your personal schedule?
No, if it isn't in Sketch, then I don't.
Yeah, the only thing that's really not in there is the
Yeah.
Adventures League stuff, but they've got their own Warhorn set up, and
Yeah, there's more stuff that isn't in Sketch.
Oh.
But it's mostly demo stuff, the
Demos.
Magic the Gathering and.
yeah.
Yeah.
And but you're welcome also for Sketch is if something is full, you're welcome to show up anyway, because sometimes people get so excited and they no-show, or the person can actually take another person. So
A lot of the sessions end up being put at an artificially low number of players just so that people can take people at the con who show up.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yes, go ahead.
Another sketch. For things you're running, is there a way for them to know that you're running so you don't sign up for a game while you're running something else?
One of the things that we're trying to get improved for next year is I don't think everyone got assigned as if you were hosting a game, I don't know that they all got assigned to you, and so therefore you are able to sign up for something that blocks what you are actually running. Yeah, we're trying to get it better going forward. It's one of the things it's one of the balls that I couldn't keep in the air.
Well, we
yeah.
also have to pay for a higher level of service to get a lot
We're
of the
gonna have to-
customize it, which we're
We're going to have to pay for that next year
Yeah,
anyway
yeah.
because
they've let us
yeah.
grandfather in for the last 2 years, so we didn't raise our rates, but they're like, okay, for next year.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We'll get it better next
Yeah,
year.
but hopefully we'll have a native iOS and Android app that goes with that. So it'll be a lot better for everybody. Yes.
Just real quick comment, when I was checking in, they told me that we have filled all the
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Whoa.
really?
Yes.
Excellent.
I,
Well done, everybody.
Yes, well done, you guys.
It was a group effort.
I am speechless. I didn't think it was possible.
Well, apparently it was. So, we will have a secondary room block over at the Red Lion. We were
Yeah.
discussing that.
Yeah.
I need to move my 3 boys that are coming here. I don't know if anyone has got room in your rooms. I don't want them in my room, so just come up to me afterwards. Oh, a trade.
Just put them in a room with nothing
There you go.
and some games, and you'll be fine. Yes?
Who wants to try and do some volunteering this year?
If you go to our operations, or volunteer lounge rather, it's boardroom 1. So if you're facing registration, you go down the left hall here, and it's the second room on the right. And so there's an ops one which looks boring, and the volunteer lounge which looks happy and yay. So yeah, you're welcome to drop by there and talk to Chip or whoever else is in there helping her out, and she'll give you something to do. Yeah. Anybody else? I was pretty efficient going through that list, I guess.
Yes.
Steve, you got anything you want to share?
Well, just have a good time, you know? That's what I'm going to do,
I guess.
because Monday's going to suck for me, so.
It'll be
Yep.
fun.
Yeah, I
Paul,
think
you
so.
got anything?
Beanfish is in the parking lot right now. That's where I'm going. They're my favorite.
So they're the Japanese stuffed waffles that are shaped like fish, and they have really good fillings. And
Really good.
Look, I saw that face from all the way over here. Yes. Yeah, and off the res is out there.
Off the res.
If
Off,
you can get a
the-
chance to get one of their lemon curds. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really good. Well, I guess we're done if nobody has anything, and I'll be here, I'll sit here for a few minutes in case you want to talk to me privately about anything, one-on-one. But just go out and have fun. Do the things, play the games. Yay!